Hi, everyone. Welcome to Google Partners Academy. I'm your host today, Rupert. As you know, every quarter we bring you Agency Booster, to cover the topic that we think are most important to you. And today is our third quarter of Agency Booster. And before we dive into the topic for today, as you know, the Google Partners Academy schedule is online, and definitely go to this URL to check our latest training. And our next training will be programmatic basics. And today's agenda, as you're watching YouTube now, so bingo, we're gonna bring you a lot of information about YouTube. We're gonna talk about audience targeting, management, and also YouTube video solutions. We're gonna highlight the two product that we have, bumper ads and TrueView for action. And just a brief introduction of myself. I'm Rupert. I'm the product specialist at Greater China. And today, I'm going to walk you through a lot of new information that we have about YouTube. And also, if you have any questions, please remember to type your question on the right-hand side of the screen. We're going to answer all your questions at the end of this training. First, let's start with answering your questions. So, when you sign up for this Agency Booster, that we ask you if you have any pending question from previous training, and I picked some of the questions from you, and one of the questions is about when to use target CPA as opposed to maximize conversion. So I think if you remember from our previous Agency Booster, we talk a lot about auto bidding strategies. And we got, a lot of you show your interest to learn more about, how to use target CPA and maximize conversion. So before we dive into the agenda today, I'm going to answer this question. So target CPA and maximize conversion, these are the two bidding strategies, are both our auto bidding strategies. And we got a lot of questions from agents and clients. They don't know when to use target CPA, when to use maximize conversion. So these two kind of bidding strategy are very different in terms of the bidding strategy goal. So if you are using target CPA, ideally that your campaign should be non-budget constrained, and also issue that if you have a specific CPA goal that you wanted to hit, that definitely this is the bidding strategy that you should go. But for maximize conversion, so think about that. This is a bidding strategy that help you to fully utilize your budget while driving as many conversion as possible. So the goal is definitely help you to maximize the conversion or campaign. And since this kind of bidding strategy, the goal is not to give you the stabilized CPA goal that you want. The goal is actually to give you the conversion. So you might see some CPA decrease or increase while you're using this bidding strategy. So if your client has a very specific CPA goal that they want to stabilize it, and then target CPA is the one that you should use. But if but maybe some for promotional or for product launch, client want to get as many conversions as possible to promote their product or their marketing goals, then maximize conversion would be the one, because this is the one that can actually help you to utilize your spend and drive as many conversion as possible. And in terms of the product that's this two bidding strategy, target CPA would be the one that you could use for search and display campaign. And for maximize conversion, right now you can use it for search campaign. And we recently launched a beta, a maximize conversion beta for display campaign. So if you're interested to use maximize conversion for a display campaign, please reach out to your Google sales representative and to get a beta whitelist. And maximize conversion is a very exciting new bidding strategy that we'll try to expand to other product in addition to search. And definitely that we see, if you are your client don't, maybe they have a new product launch, they don't know what the CPA goal should be, and this is definitely the type of bidding strategy that you should start with. And once you stabilize the CPA as you get as many conversion as possible, and then you can stabilize the CPA, then maybe you could consider switching to the target CPA. So this is kind of how we usually see, this true bidding strategy are being deployed. Okay, enough about bidding strategy. That we're gonna talking about the YouTube, which is our topic for today. So before we talk about YouTube, a lot of you has expressed interest to they want you want to learn more about how YouTube is different from TV, and how this YouTube can complement TV in terms of achieving the marketing goal. So before we talk about the individual specific about YouTube, we're gonna start with why YouTube can benefit your media plan and how it can complement TV. So I hope that all of you are avid YouTube viewers, because I am. And as we know, how YouTube is different from TV is definitely, TV is designed for everyone to enjoy. So you just sit and watch television. That's what we usually talk about. But for YouTube, it's it's more individualistic. That people who watch videos on YouTube, that they feel more relevant of the content, and which is why that Ipsos, which is a research agency, they did an eye tracking study for YouTube viewers, and what they find out is that people who watch YouTube actually have a much higher active attention compared people who watch television. As you can see that this is a research agency that use eye tracking technology, try to understand what are the attention points when people are watching video on YouTube. And if you think about the creative story that we have seen on television versus on YouTube, that you know that for TV commercials, that what we usually see in terms of the creative the creative flow would be start with the leading, and then after a few seconds, and then a big reveal and climax, and also and end it with offering and branding. So this is usually the typical TV creative flow that we have seen. As you can see, this is definitely relatively more passive. But on YouTube, because there are so many there's so many videos, and there's so many content that a person can consume, that for you to get attention for YouTube advertising, it's very important to have a catch people's attention in the beginning. So if you look at the YouTube video creative that we have, the best practices definitely is to catch people's attention in the first 5 seconds. And one of the reasons for that is definitely because YouTube ads are skippable, and it's very important for you to catch your viewers' attention in the first few seconds. And definitely, this definitely requires a more active environment. People would choose the ads that they want to watch. People would choose the ads that feel interesting to them. And think about it: if you're watching a television, what happens to your living room? When you are watching television. First of all, that this Ipsos eye tracking research actually showed that 30% of the TV viewers, they will only 30% of them will actually pay their attention on television. And what happens to the other 70%? Some of them would switch channels. Some of them will multitasking, multi-screening. It's very common. People are watching television while checking their mobile device at the same time. They're not really focused on whatever TV commercial that is on. And definitely other distraction happening in the living room. And as you can see, that watching television could be a group activity where there could be a lot of distraction. But watching YouTube video is very attentive. It's very individual, and it's definitely that people are have a more proactive attention when they are watching YouTube video. And a lot of studies showing that that people watch television, they also tend to that fewer and fewer people are watching television without multitasking. A lot of TV viewer, they actually using the mobile device while they are watching television. And also, if you look at the demographics, the younger demographics, teenagers, they actually use the highly consumers of mobile video, and this is definitely not the kind of demographic that you'll be able to reach on a traditional television. And so, as you can see that, with the advanced, development of the technology, the media is becoming more and more skippable, and attention is definitely shrinking. So, how to capture those audiences and reach the attentive audiences, then TV definitely is not the best platform for you to reach them. And YouTube, on the other hand, that people who are on YouTube, they are more attentive, and they also they could be on mobile, and definitely that would be the future trend for you to get attentive reach. And other than the attentive reach, which is definitely a very unique characteristic of YouTube viewers, we're also going to talk a little bit more about incremental reach. So what is an incremental reach? Basically, if you think about if you are a TV media planner at your agency, that I believe that you're probably very familiar with the reach curve. So how does a TV media planner plan their TV buy? Is definitely through the reach curve. With a certain cost, you'll be able to attain certain reach of your target audiences. That's what TV media planners are doing. And a reach curve is definitely very critical in terms of planning the TV budget. But there's a technology nowadays that allow users, agency users to start planning TV as well as YouTube. As you can see here from here that when you are planning media on TV, that there's only this amount of reach that you could attain. Once you are able to combine your TV reach as well as your YouTube reach, they'll be able to have an incremental reach. So why we will want to add YouTube reach on top of the TV? Because as you know that people nowadays, they are watching less and less television. There's a very uh, a kind of demographic people are calling as a light TV viewers. People who watch television, very lightly, maybe just 2-3 hours a week, and those are the people that you won't be able to reach on the linear traditional TV, and those will be the demographic who might be younger or more affluent, and they don't rely on television as their sole entertainment. But these are the type of demographic, people who watch a very light television, or the type of demographic that's very valuable to advertisers. And what is the best way to reach those high value light TV viewers? And the answer is in YouTube, because those are the people who you could reach at YouTube, because YouTube is definitely more for a younger demographic, for people who when they watch a YouTube video, they require attentive and relevant video to them. And definitely, these are the people that you definitely should consider reaching through the YouTube. And by combining your TV planning with your YouTube planning, and this will allow you to help you to attain your overall reach goal, and also help you to get a cost saving, because the cost of reaching your target audiences on television is different from the cost of reaching your target audiences on YouTube. And having this combined planning that allow you to basically attain your overall reach goal while having the cost saving. So, and this kind of incremental reach, definitely the concept is that you will get more reach, but with the same budget, by shifting your media spend to YouTube. And on the other hand, you can also you have a say fixed reach goal that you want to reach 60% of the female 18 to 35, and this is your reach goal. But by shifting your media spend to YouTube, that you'll be able to lower your cost per rating point while maintaining your reach goal. So as you can see that having TV planning combined with YouTube planning, that you'll be able to get incremental reach beyond your current budget, or you would be able to have cost saving while maintaining your reach goal. And this is definitely a tool that definitely not applicable to all the market, because in order to have TV planning and YouTube planning in one platform, it requires a TV data integration. And right now at Google, that we are working with TV buyers, technology provider, to enable this. And today we're talking to you about this because we think this is a trend of the future media planning. And once we have this tool available in Hong Kong, we'll definitely introduce to you. But definitely bear in mind that there are different ways to plan TV and video media, and incremental reach is definitely something that you cannot miss. And that's the reason why that you should consider adding your media spend in YouTube. But there's also other element that you should also consider. Why we think YouTube is definitely a more relevant solution to your advertiser, because YouTube provides definitely a much more comprehensive audience targeting solution, and also a more comprehensive measurement, compared to TV. If you think about, what you can actually target, through your TV buy, that I think the only thing that you can think of is probably age and gender. But anyone who has used YouTube to reach their audiences know that YouTube is definitely much more beyond just age and gender. That with Google audience targeting, that you'll be able to reach people by their demographic, by their interests, or by their purchase intent. And all these are the audience attribute that you won't be able to get from your normal TV buy. And in terms of the measurement, which is also quite important, that at Google, that we offer different kinds of measurement that help you to fully measure the value of YouTube. And those measurements include a brand lift survey, which we were gonna cover in today's training. And other than brand lift survey, viewability, unique reach reporting. So unique reach reporting means that I will be able to provide you the unique reach that's our cross-device and also cross-channel. So all this are the measurement that you won't be able to get from your normal TV buy. And with YouTube, you'll be able to have a more comprehensive audience targeting, and also you'll be able to have a much more metrics that you could help you to measure the value of video. So let's start with the audience targeting. What YouTube can offer for your advertiser in terms of reaching their most relevant audiences. And as you can see from here, that that what Google targeting solution can provide you is definitely audience targeting that can actually cater for your marketing objective. So if your client is looking to build brand awareness and enhance every call, that definitely a detailed demographic would be the kind of audience targeting parameter that they should consider. And those would include parenting stages, marital status. Those basic and detailed demographics attributes are the best targeting parameters for you to build brand awareness. But if your client is marketing objective is to build consideration and favorability, that we also have interest and habits data, affinity and consumer patterns. We're going to talk a little bit more about what those targeting parameters are. And if your client is interested to drive intent and website actions, we also have a different set of audience targeting that we could provide for your advertisers, and those would be in-market audiences, custom intent, or remarketing, customer match. So all these are intent-driven attributes that could help your advertiser to drive purchase intent or website actions or even the offline actions. So as you can see here that by advertising through YouTube, they'll be able to access to a variety of audience targeting solution. And we have a different kind of audience targeting parameters and attributes that could cater for your advertisers' marketing objective. So let's start with the detailed demographics. So detailed demographics basically that you'll be able to use those detailed demographics attributes to reach consumers beyond just age and gender. And one of the new, I'm hoping that all of you have seen all of these attributes. And one of the new attributes that we recently launched is the household income. So this is definitely not the kind of attribute that you'll be able to get from television, television media buy. But with YouTube, that you'll be able to target people, through their household income. If you want to target high net worth, YouTube viewers, that you'll be able to use our household income attribute to reach those users. And other than the household income, that we also have, as you know, that Google, collect different kinds of anonymous personal attributes that, including parenting, marital, or home ownership. When people are moving home, they change their location. We have all this anonymous, data signal to help you to reach your different demographics, and definitely education, employment, and all these are attributes that help you to better reach your customers, based on very specific demographics. And this is definitely not the kind of targeting attribute that you'll be able to get, from the normal TV buy. And in addition to the detailed demographics, we also have, interest attributes. And interest attributes in Google, we call it affinities. So with affinities, that we also have custom affinities. So we're going to talk a bit more about what's the difference between affinities and custom affinities. And remember that we talked about a marketing objective. So the main marketing objective of using affinities is definitely to drive consideration and favorability. So if your client is trying to drive a brand consideration, and affinities is the primary targeting parameter they should consider. And what's the difference between affinities and custom affinities? So affinities, think about it as like a set menu. So we have a set of different affinities in different verticals. Those verticals include banking and finance, home and garden, news and politics. We collect those affinities attributes, through a Google user's browsing attributes. And definitely, this is our set and fixed attributes, which is why I call affinity as a set menu. But if you want to have a custom menu, then you definitely should go through the custom affinity. So this is a type of feature. This is also quite new, and then you'll be able to use custom affinity to basically customize your audiences based on their interests. And what goes into the custom affinity are what you see on the screen right now. You could use keywords, to identify people who are interested in, say, fashion and retail. You can also use a URL, maybe certain URL that your advertiser's URL or your advertiser's competitor's URL. You can also use those URL to help you to find people who show interest in those websites. In addition to the keywords and URL, we also have Android apps data and location data that can help you to build custom affinity audiences. You can pick different apps that are relevant to your advertiser, or you can pick a different location that are relevant to your advertiser. Say if you are working with a multi-channel kind of advertiser, with a retail, then you can definitely consider using location data to help them to customize their audiences. So the difference between affinity and custom affinity is that affinity is a set audience attributes, but custom affinity that you'll be able to mix and match, based on your advertisers' business, relevant keywords, relevant URLs, or apps or location. So you can actually customize affinity audiences for your advertiser, through our custom affinity feature. Okay, and the last tier about the audience targeting is using our a feature to identify intent-driven audiences, and definitely intent-driven audience always start with the remarketing. What the most valuable data always come from your advertiser. So make sure that you capitalize on that for your media targeting. Remarketing people who visited your advertiser's website, or using your kind of CRM data, through the customer match, that you'll be able to match your client CRM data, with our Google audiences through email or phone or address. So all this will be, help you. The easiest way for you to help your advertiser to find intent-driven audiences, and by using your advertiser's first-party data. But in addition to that, Google also offers live event targeting, in-market targeting, and custom intent targeting. So in-market and custom intent, those are intent-driven. Basically, people who show high intent to purchase or engagement with your advertiser's brand, and that we will classify them as an in-market and custom intent. And we're going to talk a little bit more about custom intent audiences, because this is a very powerful audience targeting attribute that we could use different kind of search audience signal to help your advertisers to find the most intent-driven audiences. We're going to talk a little bit more about what is custom intent and what is the best way to use custom intent. So custom intent definitely is basically we'll try to capture the audiences who search for certain keywords that you have. Could be your advertisers' branded keywords, or could be their product keywords, or could be their competitor keywords. And as you know that people who search on Google, they're also very likely to be active YouTube viewers. So and the idea of custom intent is to combine the both. We try to combine the search signals of your audiences, and then try to reach them on YouTube, because people who are using Google to search are also the people who are watching YouTube video. So those search signals basically help you to capture the high intent audiences for your advertisers, and then we can actually try to reach them on YouTube. And you'll be asking how it's different from reaching those people through a typical search campaign. So if you think about the search campaign, those search keywords and queries that you have, those are the people who just search. But this custom intent, we're actually able to capture people with a past search history. People who want to learn more about Google products, they probably would type Google product right now and try to search those kind of things. And those are the people that you could actually reach through a search campaign. But people who actually search Google products, say 2 weeks ago, those are the people that you can actually reach right now. But with custom intent, be able to find a user's past search signals and try to reach them on YouTube. So this is how the custom intent is different from a typical search campaign, because one is actually trying to reach the people who are searching right now, and one is actually trying to reach people who search your advertisers' relevant keywords before. So these are very two different type of audiences that we are talking about here. In remarketing, I don't think I need to go too much details about remarketing, but this is always the kind of audiences that people overlook. And always remember, advertiser data is definitely one of the most valuable data that we could leverage. by using remarketing lists on YouTube, that you'll be able to reach your advertisers' audiences, on YouTube. Try to reach those website visitors through the YouTube format, and also using customer match. Try to reach those your advertisers' CRM data, through YouTube by using the customer match. So, what is the value of using customer match? One thing that had also have been overlooked by advertisers is that, with Google machine learning, you can actually build similar audiences out of the customer match. So, what is the flow? What does the flow will be look like? So, if you're working with advertisers, that you will upload their customer data, including name, address, and phone, and onto Google Ads platform. And once it's uploaded, that Google will use the machine learning to understand the common characteristic and web browsing behaviors for those your advertisers CRM users. Once we identify that, our machine learning technology would use those users as the C audiences, and then build a similar audiences. Basically, we will model based on those customer match data and try to find similar users in the Google properties who share similar attributes of browsing or search behaviors. So using customer match and build similar audience is definitely one of the most powerful way of reaching relevant audiences on YouTube. By using the customer match, that you'll be able to reach your advertisers' loyalty customers on YouTube. And while after that, our machine learning will actually use those customer match data and build a similar audiences. So you can actually help your advertisers to find potential loyalty customers and help them to expand their customer scope. So that's all about the audience targeting. That by using different kind of audience targeting parameters, and we'll be able to help your advertisers to achieve different kind of marketing objectives. Moving next, we're going to talk about measurement. So the measurement solution that we're going to highlight today is the brand lift survey. I hope that all of you have heard about brand lift survey. If you have not, let me give you a brief introduction about what does brand lift survey can do. First of all, how does brand lift survey work? Basically, the typical brand lift survey will follow this flow, as you can see here, that we will basically split the two different of people for research design. And are these two different groups of people? One is that the people who are exposed to YouTube ads. One is the people who are not exposed to the YouTube ads. And the brand lift survey basically is to ask a survey question on these two type of groups and to measure the lift of these two type of groups. And usually it would take up to 2 weeks to get a brand survey results. And sometimes if the campaign reach is pretty high, they will be able to gather the brand survey result in a much shorter turnaround. So all this depends on the reach of your advertiser campaign, and we usually see up to 2 weeks they'll be able to get a brand lift survey results. So what does brand lift survey do? Basically, we will ask question, try to understand the different kind of brand metrics, and those brand metrics include ad recall, awareness, consideration, favorability, and purchase intent. So the typical question of ad recall is, which of the following ad have you seen online? And this is definitely a very standardized question because any word phrase change will actually impact the quality of the survey. So we specifically choose the wording in this way to help us to deliver the most robust survey results for you. So all these kind of branded survey questions are standard and fixed and have been curated prudently from our researchers. And let me give you another example that you can also if your marketing objective is to drive purchase intent, then you'll be able to ask questions like, next time you have to choose from the following, which one are you most likely to choose? So you can see that this different kind of brand lift survey asks questions that are relevant to your advertiser's marketing objective. Could be ad recall, could be awareness, or could be purchase intent. So, and in addition to the brand lift survey, that we also offer in our brand lift research is the brand interest, because we'll be able to help your advertiser to evaluate, how YouTube will make impact to their brand searches. So, following your YouTube campaign, will be able to help you to identify the brand product or different kind of related queries. How is the trending look different, after you launch the YouTube campaign? So brand lift survey and brand interest trends are the two measurement that will be able to provide you for your advertiser to help them better assess the effectiveness of YouTube campaign. And the benefit to clients, definitely you'll be able to track brand lift across a consumer journey, based on every call, awareness, or purchase intent. So the flow is that a user watches a YouTube video ad, and after that we will ask those user about every call questions or purchase intent question based on the marketing objective that you have, and we will also ask another set of group who have not seen the YouTube video ad of the same question. And the difference responses of the responses between these two groups, what we call the brand lift, because theoretically, people who watch the YouTube ad creative, if it's relevant, then that should be a brand lift on the attribute that you're trying to measure. And this is definitely help us to gauge how YouTube video ad could actually make impact to your advertisers' target audiences in terms of driving awareness or consideration or intent. And in addition to the brand lift, we will also be able to help your advertiser to identify the brand interest by looking at the organic search trend. So one of the other benefit of using our Google YouTube brand lift survey is to also track the brand interest across a consumer journey. So after a user watch a YouTube, a lot of time what we see is that they will actually start searching those terms and keywords that have been shown in the video. So that's why that organic search usually will trend up after a user watch a video ad. And this is definitely the kind of study that help you advertiser to measure the organic search trends after a video campaign. And in addition to monitoring and tracking the organic search trends and also the brand lift between the exposed and control group, you can also leverage our YouTube brand lift survey to optimize your ongoing campaign. So think about a campaign period that maybe it's 4 weeks. In the first week that you have done the brand lift survey, and you find out that people within 25 to 34 age cohort have the highest brand lift. So you can use those brand lifts results to optimize for your campaign by focusing on 25 to 34 demographics. And you can also get brand lift survey across different type of campaign. So maybe on the week 3 that you find out your campaign 2 show much higher lift among 18 to 54 male audiences. So with this insight, that you'll be able to optimize your YouTube video campaign by upspending on the 18 to 54 male audiences. So as you can see, with this kind of brand lift survey, you'll be able to optimize based on audiences, based on campaign, also based on frequency and creative. You have a lot of parameters that can help you to optimize. So and definitely brand lift survey It's a very powerful tool to help you to have ongoing optimization for your video campaign. And as I mentioned just right now, and these are the different parameter, different cuts that you can optimize. With our brand lift survey, you'll be able to identify what kind of age and gender audiences have the highest brand lift, and you can use those insights to try to maximize the reach for those type of demographics. And you can also assess the brand lift by frequency. What is the incremental lift if you have a frequency of 2 versus 3? All these things are very useful insight, when you are running a video campaign. By having the frequency breakdown, that you'll be able to know what are the incremental lift you can get if you increase frequency from 2 to 3, for example. And we also will be able to provide you with the brand lifts by viewers and skippers. Sometimes you'll be very surprised that people who skip the video, although they didn't complete the view, but they may still have some awareness and recall about your advertiser's video. So we'll be able to help you to understand, for those people who skip or view your advertiser's video ad, what will be their brand lift. And definitely other parameters, including creative, including audience targeting, or also geo-targeting. So all these are different kind of specific parameters that can help you to do a more granular optimization for your YouTube campaign. And definitely this kind of granularity of measurement is not something that you'll be able to get from your TV buy. Okay, so we're going to talk about the YouTube video solutions, and we as a quick recap, that we start with why YouTube can provide value to as compared to your TV, and then we talk about the two key elements of a YouTube video ads. One is definitely that you'll be able to access to a variety of audience targeting parameters, and secondly, you'll be able to use a measurement, a more comprehensive measurement, to help you to assess your YouTube video advertisement. But definitely, in addition to the audience and the measurement, that we will also would like to give you the overview of the YouTube. As many of you have known, that we have different kind of YouTube formats, including bumper, TrueView, TrueView in stream, masthead, outstream, TrueView discovery, TrueView for shopping, TrueView for action. So a lot of time, advertisers and agency, they will come to us and not sure how they should optimize their YouTube campaign by trying out different kind of formats. So the best way to look at the YouTube product suite is actually to tie that back to your advertiser's marketing objective. And here is what you're seeing on the screen, that different kind of product serve different kind of marketing purposes. So if your advertiser is looking to maximize reach and increase awareness as the key marketing objective, then definitely the YouTube video product that you should consider are bumper ads or mastheads. Those are the kind of product that could help you to help your advertiser to maximize reach and increase awareness. But if your advertiser is looking to build considerations, they will use consideration lift or favorability lift as a key metric as their campaign KPI. Then you definitely should consider using TrueView in-stream or TrueView discovery, because these are the kind of product that can help you to drive consideration and favorability. And how is it different from bumper and masthead? So bumper and masthead definitely are the kind of product that can help you to maximize your reach. Mastheads, you get a lot of eyeballs by by running masthead in a very short period of time. And this is definitely a very effective product for you to maximize audience reach for your advertisers. But masthead is definitely very different from TrueView in-stream. TrueView in-stream is definitely more engaging, and the idea of running a TrueView in-stream is not to get as many eyeballs as possible. It is actually to engage people and drive consideration, and that's why that we're laying out a product in this kind of format to help you to understand how different YouTube product can achieve different marketing objectives. And definitely at the end of the funnel is to drive actions and sales. And YouTube can also help your advertiser to drive that marketing objective. And the product that we launched this year, we have the beta starting last year, and we it's now officially launched. The product is called TrueView for Action. So TrueView for Action is a kind of product where you can use YouTube to help your advertiser to drive website actions or leads in sales. And TrueView for Action is a product that actually can help your advertiser to drive a lower funnel marketing objective, actions and sales, and through the TrueView for Action. And this is also a product where we'll be able to have target CPA bidding. So if you learn from our previous agency booster, that that we have target CPA bidding that can actually help advertisers to optimize toward a given CPA goal. And this is definitely a kind of bidding strategy that's suitable for TrueView for Action, because for you to drive sales and leads, having a CPA goal is critical. So TrueView for Action is a product where you can actually bid on the CPA basis, and this will help your advertiser to drive the actions and leads they want. And definitely, other than TrueView for Action, we also have other action-driven YouTube product, including a UAC video. This is also a action-driven product where you can drive app installs through our UAC video format. And the bidding approach can be CPA or CPI or return on advertising spend. So as you can see here that those product, TrueView for Action or Universal App Campaign UAC for video, are the type of product where we can use CPA bidding or CPI bidding to help your advertiser to drive leads through a YouTube video format. So as you can see here that when you are thinking about YouTube, you shouldn't just think about individual product. You should think about YouTube as a video solution. And definitely the objective of the solution should be tied to your advertiser's marketing objective. And if your marketing objective is reach and awareness, bumper, masthead, outstream would be the suitable format. If your advertiser objective is consideration, and TrueView in-stream is definitely the product that can help you to engage your advertisers' audiences and drive the consideration lift. And if your advertisers is looking to drive online actions, and we also have TrueView for Action Universal App Campaign for video with the CPA and CPI bidding available to help your advertiser optimize on a particular CPA goal. So all these are different YouTube product that we have, and think about YouTube as a product suite that can actually provide a video solution for your advertisers. And today we're gonna cover, as you can see here, we have quite a lot of YouTube product. So today we're gonna cover two of the YouTube product that we have. One is Bumper, one is TrueView for Action. For Bumper, definitely, everybody knows that Bumper, the key characteristic of Bumper ad is that it's just 6 seconds. So this is a product where you could drive reach, impact, attention in just 6 seconds. And in terms of the reach, definitely because Bumper is not skippable, so you could effectively reach your advertisers' audiences, with 6 seconds and engage them with the content that your advertiser tries to convey to them. And also, this is definitely a kind of product, as we just saw from the previous screen, that this is the kind of product can help you to drive upper funnel, ad recall and awareness, because this is a product supposed to drive awareness, because 6 seconds that's kind of on top of, it's kind of top of mind kind of product. So for your advertiser to bring the top of mind awareness, and bumper is definitely one of the effective product they should consider. And lastly, definitely attention, because 6 seconds there's only this amount of time that you can engage with your customer. So we also find out a lot of very successful bumper ads that we have seen are also the ads that actually could capture people's attention with 6 seconds. So bumper ads is a product that can help you to maximize reach, and also can help you to bring your advertisers brand on top of mind of their customers. And also this is a short format kind of video that can help you advertisers to reach their customers in high attention. And definitely, we got a lot of questions, from our advertiser agency. What would be the best way, to orchestrate the bumper ads? So here is the scheme of orchestration that we designed for our advertisers. So a bumper ad could serve multiple purposes. If you think about a product launch for your advertiser, for example, is trying to launch your product. And bumper can serve multiple purposes. At the beginning of the market launch, it could be serve as a teaser, to help your advertisers to tease their customers, with the message. And also throughout the product launch, that bumper can be the kind of YouTube product that you could run concurrently with your TrueView in-stream. So it can serve the purpose of amplifying the impact. While running a 15-second, 30-second full-length video, you should also consider having bumper to amplify that marketing messaging that you try to convey to your advertisers, to your customers. And then definitely at the end of the product launch, that you want people to remember, to recall, and bumper can also serve a kind of product, to quickly help a customer to recall the ad message. So sustain or echo is also another marketing objective that we'll be able to achieve through a bumper ad. Let me give you a little bit more about all these different three scenarios. One is definitely the tease. So as you start with a bumper ad for teasing purpose, that it's definitely suitable for a branding announcement, and definitely before your advertiser launch a full length TrueView in-stream video, bumper will be the type of product they should consider before they have a full video ad launch. And definitely the audiences that you should consider targeting are the demo audiences for your that's relevant to your advertiser. And the timing wise, that we recommend you advertiser run bumper ads 2 to 4 weeks prior to launching your TrueView campaigns, because the whole purpose of running a bumper ad as a teaser is to create interest and to tease the online customers. So this is definitely the type of bumper campaign should be running before the actual TrueView campaign, so you can actually create the teaser effect that you want to create. And definitely bumper is definitely much beyond just teasing the TrueView campaign. It should also can also serve as a format to amplify the impact. So while your advertiser running a TrueView campaign, they should also use bumper to help them amplify the key message. So suppose that you have an advertiser has a 30 seconds, TrueView in-stream, and the main message is being conveyed through that 30 seconds. But people are forgetful, so you will need to have in order to capture their attention, having a 6 second of the 30-second video rendition is very important. So having the bumper ad to amplify the impact and running concurrently of your TrueView in-stream campaign is critical. So you can also use a bumper to amplify the impact of your TrueView campaign. And in terms of targeting, that we actually recommend you go deep or go wide. So if you key objective is to try to reach your TrueView viewers, your advertiser TrueView viewer, then definitely you can use the viewer remarketing to target for your bumper ads. But if your objective is to try to maximize the reach, you don't want to just reach the people who watch the TrueView video. You want people to you want to reach people who did not watch the TrueView video, so you can actually expand the reach of your audiences. Then you can also consider go wide, by negatively targeting the TrueView viewers. So all these are definitely vary from client to client. Depends on the objective of your advertisers. And in addition to tease and amplify, definitely bumper would be also a good kind of product to help your advertisers to recall and echo the key message they want to convey through the TrueView in-string. So you can think of that, running bumper 2 to 4 weeks after your TrueView ad, and to bring up the memory of those viewer experiences, to echo the key messages from the TrueView in-string. So as you can see here, that through the bumper that you'll be able to help your advertisers to engage with their customer in different kind of ways. It could be used to tease your advertiser's customer. It could be used to amplify the impact of their normal TrueView in-string campaign. It can also be used to re-engage your advertisers' audiences, by targeting the TrueView viewers, or by targeting the customer match data of your advertisers' audiences, to prolong that customer engagement. Last about the bumper is that there's so much. There's only 6 seconds, but there's so much that you wanted to do. So we also got a lot of questions, from agencies and advertisers. What would be the best, creative storyline for bumpers? So this is what we recommend. Since this is only 6 seconds, so you want to capture, the full attention of your viewers, in this 6 seconds. So first 2 seconds, we definitely recommend focus on the product spokesperson. It has a spokesperson to endorse, and the 2 to 4 seconds, definitely you need to get your core message come across immediately. So in the core message, that you should make sure your advertisers can deliver the core message in the 6 seconds. And then definitely at the end, you can consider adding some call to action, adding some tagline that could actually quickly help your advertiser customer to remember. So and that's kind of the typical if story flow that we have seen from our many successful bumper ads. Starting with focus on product, and then having the core message come across very quickly, and then having a call to action or a memorable tagline at the end, to help your advertiser customer to remember, to recall what the product is about. Okay, so that's about bumper. And another exciting product I want to cover today is the TrueView for Action. So before I get into the TrueView for Action, I want to bring your memory back to this slide that we have just seen. YouTube provides a variety of audience attribute that the advertiser can target, and definitely TrueView for Action should be focused on the intent-driven audiences, because the purpose of running TrueView for Action is to drive website actions and sales, and the best way to help your advertisers to drive website actions and sales is to target intent-driven audiences. And at Google, that we have different kind of intent-driven audiences that advertisers can can leverage. One is definitely remarketing, based on the advertiser data, and the other one is the custom intent, which I will show you, what is the best way to build a custom intent. And definitely, beyond remarketing and custom intent, you can also use Google in-market audiences or live event attribute to help your advertiser to reach the intent-driven audiences. So custom intent, remember that we just explained, how is custom intent audience different from reaching your audiences through the search campaign. So the key element of custom intent audience is that those are the type of audiences that search the relevant search keywords of your advertiser, and we'll try to capture those search signals and try to reach those people on YouTube, because Google searchers will also be a YouTube viewers. So the custom intent audience is try to combine Google search signals, and we can use those audience signal and try to reach those people on YouTube. And TrueView for Action is definitely the kind of product that could leverage the custom intent audiences, but definitely the product is far beyond that. The TrueView for Action, the reason that it can effectively drive action is because it has a tailored and enhanced call to action format. That on the screen and also at the end of the screen, we're going to show you a little bit more about how its format is very different and unique. And it's also a product where you could use our Google technology to effectively bid against your customers, because it's equipped with a target CPA bidding. So you can actually use this TrueView for Action format to optimize on a CPA to help you effectively drive sales and action for your advertisers. So this is just to show you, how is this TrueView for Action call to action format is different from the typical TrueView. One is that you can see here that as your video ad is being played, you will have a call to action at the bottom of the ad, and this kind of action could be shop now, register now, and this will be shown throughout the ad. And at the end of the video ad play, it will actually have a call to action, as you can see right now. Learn more. There will be at the end of the video ad, there will be a call to action stay on the screen, to help your advertisers target audiences to to have more engagement with the actions that's being shown in the ad. You remind people to take actions at the end of the video ad play. And in addition to that, there's also a companion banner that will be shown while your advertiser running the TrueView for Action ad. So as you can see at the side of the TrueView for Action ad, there's a companion banner that's based on your advertiser's brand. So you can see that this is a kind of format with the action, with the action slogan, and also with a companion banner to reinforce the engagement, and also with the call to action at the end of the video ad. So it can actually help people, remind people to take action, even after they watch the video ad. And as you can see here, that that TrueView for Action is also optimized for mobile. That with the mobile that portrait, that you can see that this is a type of ad where in the mobile it will be show a call to action at the end, and also it will be show a call to action throughout the video play. So call to action is a very critical format for this kind of product, and it's definitely optimized, either for it can be optimized either for desktop or mobile. So if your client is running a mobile video campaign or a desktop video campaign, and they could definitely leverage the benefit of this product. And some of the creative tips, to remind you that since this is an action-driven type of product, so having a clear call to action upfront is very important. And remember that the call to action can be shown in the beginning of the ad. So make sure that you capture people's attention by laying out a very clear call to action. If your product is about to sign up for services, then sign up is definitely needs to be shown at the beginning of the ad. If your marketing objective is to get customer to download an app, then definitely you can show text such as download at the beginning of the video ad, to get people to take actions. And also because true for action, it's a skippable. So having people to stay hook on in the first 5 seconds is very important. So the best action driven creative that we have seen is definitely front loading the offer. If your client is running a promotion or offer, make sure that they showcase their offer at the beginning of the ad, because the first 5 seconds is very critical that you have to capture people's attention in that 5 seconds. And front loading the offer will actually add the attraction of your advertisers ad. And definitely people are having a short span of attention everywhere, so repeating what you're offering is also very critical. Front load the offer to capture people's attention, but at the end of the video ad, remember to repeat what your advertiser is offering. And if your advertiser can follow this kind of creative flow, that it should be able to effectively engage with their customer through the true for action format. And I'm just going to show you one of our advertisers, Kayak. They actually use our True for Action to help them to drive their online booking sales. And they actually follow perfectly the creative flow that we just showed you. Let's take a look. Okay. It's okay if you miss out this 10 seconds. I actually prepare a creative flow for you. So why is this true for action ad is powerful? Because it first start front load the offer. Now you can save 20% off, and then within that 10 seconds, it quickly repeat the offer. By saying like click below to get your coupon now. So as you can see here that this is very straightforward, showing what the offer is and repeat the offer. So this is the kind of the creative that's actually very action driven, and definitely we see this kind of straight offer creative storyline is very effective to drive actions. So true for action definitely that since the marketing objective is to drive action, so you also have to make sure your advertisers creative is meant to drive actions, because some of the not so good campaign that we have seen is that advertisers try to convey some branding messages through the true for action, but it's not really optimized, because when your advertiser tries to convey the branding message, then it's not really tied into what the true for action format should be doing. The true for action format is actually the goal is to help advertiser to drive actions and results. And in order to get your advertiser customer to take actions and drive result, that you have to make sure the creative is meant to drive result for their customers. So having an offer, having a very simple message, calling out the actions to be taken is critical for the success for True for Action campaign. And this is just to show you one of our advertisers in Hong Kong. It's a prominent Hong Kong bank. Use our True for Action product to help them, drive online banking sales. And there's incremental CTR and also reduction in CPA for this banking advertiser to use True for Action And they also leverage the custom intent, targeting people who search their keywords and reach them on YouTube. Combining our audience targeting solution and also using the call to action format that this advertiser actually effectively attain their marketing goal by reducing the CPA and also increasing the engagement. Okay, so that's all for today. That just want to give you a quick recap from today's training. We start talking about YouTube and TV, and as from this Ipsos eye tracking research, that YouTube has much higher attentive reach, and also YouTube is a media that could actually complement your TV planning by help you to attain your reach goal and also have a cost saving benefit through your advertisers. And YouTube is definitely, unlike TV, it has a much more comprehensive audience targeting, beyond just age and gender, and can also help you to better measure the video campaign effectiveness. And in terms of audience targeting, remember that we'll be able to use different kind of audience targeting that can tie to your advertiser's marketing objective. If your advertiser's marketing objective is to drive awareness, then detailed demographic would be, a relevant attribute. If it's about consideration, then affinities, custom affinities, that would be, the suitable audience targeting attribute that you should communicate to your advertiser. And if your advertiser is trying to drive action, and they can also use our intent-driven audience attribute, including custom intent, in-market, and also customer matching remarketing. So all these are the available audience targeting solution that you can access through YouTube. In terms of measurement, then a brand lift survey is a kind of a measurement solution that we could provide, but it's not limited to that. We also can help you to measure viewability, help you to measure unique reach. The reason that we highlight brand lift survey is because this is a very effective measurement to help you to move brand metrics more effectively. If your video campaign is just measuring click-through rate, view-through rate, that I would have to tell you that it's not the best way to highlight the effectiveness of a video campaign, because there's a lot you can do by buying a video ad from YouTube, because we can actually help you to measure the brand metrics through the brand lift survey, and also through the brand interest by monitoring the Google search trends. And all these things are the very solid, robust metrics that you could show to your client to prove the value of video. And lastly, the YouTube video solution. So you should stop thinking about YouTube as a different kind of product, because YouTube, what we provide you is a video solution that could tie to your advertiser's marketing objective, whether it be reach awareness or consideration or driving sales. That we have different kind of YouTube product to help you, your advertiser, to achieve their marketing goal. And bumper ads and TrueView action are the two product that we think people have overlooked, and that's why we cover today in today's training. And bumper ads is meant to drive reach, impact, and attention in 6 seconds. And TrueView action, on the other hand, is a new product that we launched this year. It has a tailor enhanced call to action format to help your advertiser to drive website actions. And as you just learned from today, that you should also leverage our different audience targeting attributes while you're running our YouTube products. So for TrueView action, custom intent, remarketing are very relevant attributes because they are very intent driven. By running TrueView action, combining customer intent and remarketing, we have seen great success from our advertisers. To using this new product that we have to help them effectively engage with their customers and drive actions. That's all for today. I'm your host today, Rupert. Please stay tuned for our next quarter's agency booster. As you know, that every quarter we have the agency booster to bring you the topic that we think are most important to you. And we also welcome all kinds of feedback. What are the topics that you want to learn about agency booster? Please feel free to let us know when you sign up for the course or when you are talking to a Google sales representative. We are definitely happy to customize and cater our content that's interest to you. Thank you for your attention today. We'll see you next time.